Yeah, watch it.
That's nice. All right. Thank you very much for joining on time. This is the 11th session out of 12, and let's see if we can learn something today when it comes to German. So, you have
Yeah.
already
They
seen.
just one line here before.
Yeah.
I mean, like you directly get down to a topic. Actually, like my mom and my sister also is like senior sessions. I think they are doing like A1 or A2. I'm not sure, but they are joining from India,
These
so it's
sessions?
very helpful. Yes, I mean
Okay.
A1 and A2.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But these sessions, I mean, they are helpful, but they are not enough. So, I actually like 12 sessions, like 12 hours are not enough. Of course, if you do the homework, it's enough. But I'm happy
Mhm.
that your parents can learn something. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
really
exactly.
happy.
Yeah,
Continue.
thanks for
I mean, how do you say? I suddenly got this warmth in my body. I don't know how to describe it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's one
Thanks.
thing to teach someone, it's
Yeah,
another thing to, yeah. Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
yeah.
Okay. Let's continue. So you have already seen the agenda, guys, and we will not be able to cover everything. We will only cover the first two parts. And to be honest, today you will not learn anything new. Okay, you will learn that you already know it. So it's not that you learned something new. You already know it, but maybe you have not used it. And I just have to make sure that you understand that this is something you already know. And from now onwards, you can also use it. This is something like, we did this was für ein or something like that, where you real or welcher, welchen, where you realize that you can also already use it. You just did not, no one told you that you know this already. So we'll cover this participle zwei als Adjektiv. This literally means, so adjectives. Now you will learn how to use participle zwei as adjectives. Now, participle zwei, this is past tense of a verb, right? For example, uh, sehen, gesehen is participle zwei, right? So where can you use gesehen as an adjective? For example, let's look. For example, another example, right? Uh, how do you say print in German, guys? How do you say
Drucken,
drucken? What is the participle zwei of drucken?
gedruckt,
Gedruckt. Now, if you want to say the printed papers are here, again, I don't think you will ever say this, but now you have to say the printed papers, right? So, printed is an adjective. So, you have to know. So, printed, you should know, right? As an adjective. So, that is gedruckt, right? Now, whether it is gedruckter, gedruckten, gedrucktere, gedrucktem, it depends on the situation, right? So, I mean, adjective ending will remain the same, but you just have to use the participle zwei as an adjective. Now, the second topic is so the first topic is how to use participle zwei as an adjective. Now, the next topic is how to use an adjective as a substantive. Substantive actually means noun. Okay, so last like not last two sessions, but the two sessions before that, we looked at, right, how you can use pronouns as articles, right? Yes or no?
articles as pronouns, right?
Yeah, perfect. Articles as pronouns. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, articles as pronouns, right? Now you will learn how you can use adjectives as nouns. That means, so what happened with articles as pronouns is that you had an article and then you had a noun. And we realized that if there is some understanding between two people who are talking, you don't really have to use the noun, right? You can just say the article, right? And that article will be pronoun. Now, you will use adjectives as nouns. What do I mean by this? You know, how do you say? Again, I don't think you will ever need to say this, but the hungry kids are here. Or no, okay, not the good example. We will look at the examples. Okay, we'll cover the examples. Okay, so these two things we will cover. Again, you already know it, but let's see if you can realize that you already know it. Again, guys, I have an agenda, but feel free to ask any kind of question. I will be happy to answer them. So tell me, how do I say this in German? So, and if there is some noun you cannot say, just you can always replace report. If you don't know how to say report, say something else. But I want you to use the written as an adjective. So you can say the written blah blah is on my blah blah. But I want you to use written as an adjective. So how do I say this? Okay, how do I say the report is on my desk? Just give me that first. How do I say the report is on my desk?
Der Bericht ist auf meinen Tisch.
Okay, Think carefully. Think about the accusative and dative one more time. Berisht is there.
Of,
Okay.
of,
Auf.
um,
Are you describing a position or a motion?
position.
Position. Then auf. After auf, it will be accusative or dative.
Of
This
them.
rule I don't know.
It's dative. You do not know this? How come?
Of them.
Okay.
Okay, but we covered this right in A2 or we did not? Of course, I covered.
I mean, I didn't join A2
Ah, okay,
from
no problem. So
when
okay,
I
so
did
this.
somewhere in India A2.
Ah, okay, okay.
Okay.
So this is but you can, and I mean, if you want, you can watch the video on the. I mean, it's not the fanciest video that you will watch on video, but on YouTube. But if you want, you can go through that. Okay, Wechsel
Okay. Auf
preposition
dem Tisch
auf
then.
dem Tisch. Okay, and I don't. Did you say the or der Bericht?
That I'm not sure, but I tried the
It's der Bericht. Okay. Now, what? How do you say? Okay, how do I say to write?
schreiben,
And what is participle zwei of schreiben?
geschrieben.
Okay, now use geschrieben over here. So there geschrieben Bericht, but you have to use the correct adjective ending over here. So what will be the ending? So think. Dative, genitive, plural. What is the adjective ending?
N.
Yeah, feminine.
Feminine.
A.
A.
Okay, Manoranjan. If you cannot recollect what I'm saying, so we already discussed this in
Mm.
previous session, and that's why I'm
Okay.
just asking. Okay,
Yeah,
then
sure.
yeah. So then you have this is which case is this? Nominative, accusative, dative, or genitive? Written is in which case? Geschrieben is in which case?
Uh, I guess it's
That-
dative.
How come it is dative? It is the subject of a sentence.
Okay, okay, you mean here? Yeah, I think it's nominative because
It's
we also
nominative.
use ist.
It's but if you replace the if I say blah blah is on my desk, your question will be so again the subject is always accusative. Sorry, nominative. Okay, okay, yeah. The main topic is always nominative. So it is nominative and report. We just decided it is masculine. So masculine nominative. What is the adjective ending?
Yeah, no.
So
Uh,
you should think it like this. There is already an air. There is already there. So you don't need to say air again. Just say air.
okay.
Is adjective endings not clear, guys? We discussed this few. Okay. So here is the
I have
answer.
to by heart it, Rohit. I have to prepare a table. I try to remember, but it's a little tougher.
Okay. Should we go for that? Because I mean, if you and Manoranjan say we should do that, we'll do that. I don't mind.
I mean, I
Naveen.
think I have to.
Yeah.
I mean, should practice it more often. Like
Okay. Yeah,
the
no
logic
problem.
you explained really helps, but I think I we have to look into it a little more.
Okay.
Like I personally.
Okay. But the reason I'm saying is that I mean, we cannot do this if you don't remember the adjective endings, because this whole topic is about using participes zwei as adjectives, and if you don't know the adjective endings, how do you will you? Let's very quickly go through it. Okay. Let me just. I don't mind going back, and because the others did not answer, I hope even they don't remember the adjective endings. No, where is the adjective endings? Give me 1 second, guys. I need to go find that out. Yeah, here. The nice colored slides. Perfect. Let me first uh, unhide them and then we can go into slideshow mode. Otherwise, skip them. Pay attention very carefully. Okay. Everybody, please pay attention because in adjective endings, if you remember this concept, don't. I mean, of course, you have to revise, but this is very easy, good to remember. So let's focus on adjective endings. Okay. We will focus on. So you know what I'm saying. So we are trying to figure out how to remember adjective endings. So this table is for definite article, bestimmte article, This table is for unbestimmte indefinite article, there, die, das, ein, einer. This one is for negations as well as possessive article, right? Kein, keiner, mein, dein, blah, blah, blah. This table is where you don't use an article, there is no article before the noun. So there is only adjective, this table, right? Now we only focus on these three, okay? So try to use articles as much as you can, because these it's very easy to remember these three tables. This table you have to figure it out separately. So we are only focusing on these three tables. So masculine accusative always n. Okay, masculine accusative n. Remember this. Think of it like this: den, einen, keinen. N is always there. So masculine accusative n. Then we look at plural, dative, or genitive. Any of these case you encounter. What do I mean by any time plural? Doesn't matter where it is. I mean, as long as we are using a plural noun, doesn't matter whether it is nominative, accusative, dative, genitive. As long as plural, it is n. The same applies here as well. As long as the noun is in dative case, doesn't matter whether masculine, feminine, neutral, or plural. As long as it is dative, okay, that is what I'm saying. Here, the ending is always n. Okay, so you figured out now. So like you had to remember, like 4 times 4, 16, 16 times 3, it's 48. So you have to remember 48 different rules. But if you remember just two rules, you could figure out a lot of them. So now you only have to remember like 5. So out of 48, now you only have to remember 15, right? So 33 we fixed, just by 33 rules you can remember if you remember two rules: masculine accusative n, plural dative genitive n. Okay, same. Continue. Now let's talk about feminine. As long as it is feminine, okay. Now you don't think that feminine dative genitive. Don't say that. As I'm saying, as long as it is feminine, it is a. Okay, now you will say, okay, why is it not a over here? That's how it is. So that you should follow this, this order, that first check whether it is masculine accusative or not. If it is not, if it is, then it is n. Check whether it is dative genitive or plural, then it is n. Then check whether it is feminine, then a. Okay, now we have only just three left. Here you have to pay attention. So masculine nominative. Okay, masculine nominative, two rules you have to remember for, or just remember for this one, bestimmte article. So masculine nominative bestimmte article is there. So this air sound is already there. So just say a, adjective ending, right? Now for the other two, kein and kein, mein, dein, blah blah, and ein. Here the sound of air is not there, in the article. So you have to say the air sound in the adjective. Is it clear what I'm saying? Say the sound. You have to add the air sound. Okay. Remember these. Okay. Only neutral is left. Okay, so here also two rules you have to remember. Bestimmt article neutral is das, right? So it's AA. Here, negations article, possessive article, unbestimmte article. Here, the sound of s in the is not there in the article, right? Because here it is ein, kein, mein, dein. The sound of s is not there, so you have to add the sound of s to the adjective ending. Any questions? If there are no questions, then next time I ask, you should remember this. Let's talk about without article, okay? As I said, as long as you use articles as long as you can, then it's easy to remember. But let's say that you don't use articles. Now here you have to remember this one. You know, the way to remember this table is you remember actually the definite articles itself. So nominative. If I ask you for nominative articles, for masculine, feminine, neutral, plural, you will say there, the, thus, the, right? And how do you remember the adjective ending then? Just remember the ending of the article itself. Air, a, sa. Okay, here I hope you will give me some leeway, because here it is a, s, and I'm saying s. So you have to make the adjective sound like the ending of the article itself. So air, a, s, a. The same for accusative, right? Then, the, thus, the. Just remember how the ending of the article sounds. Okay, n, a, s, a. Dative also the same rule applies. Definite article them, their, them, then. Just think how the ending sounds: m, air, m, n. Okay. Genitive, you have to remember there is no trick. Just remember, masculine neutrum, n, feminine plural, air. Okay, or you just remember, right? Any questions about this, guys? You want me to repeat anything? Please ask. Otherwise, next time I ask you, you should remember this. Otherwise, how do you say? I'm not completely happy with the answers. Let's me just skip this so that we can continue. So this one we did. The next one, please say this in German. You can first say without the, you can just say the email contains blah blah. So how do you say? I hope you know how to say the email, and just tell me how do you say contains. You can give me the entire answer as well. Wrong answer.
Contains is enthalt.
What is the actual verb?
Enthalten.
Yeah, and so for this is for third party, right? So can you give me the conjugation table for enthalten, like ish, do,
Okay. Enthalst.
not enthals, entails.
Okay. 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 A umlaut. Okay.
Okay,
Entails.
and for the read,
Wichtiger.
no, 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 no.
uh,
You have to think, So I don't know what your level is, but please don't mind what I'm saying right now. So
uh,
yeah, so any verb that you learn, okay. So you learn for ish, you learn for do, you learn for air, z, s. You also learn for ia. You don't really have to learn for via, small z, capital S z, because it's the same as the actual verb enthalten. So any verb you learn the four variations. Here, always remember the variant with do will end with something like st. Okay, so it is ish and halter,
uh,
do
Entails.
and hails. Yes, as yes. Any guesses?
Entailed.
And hail.
Entailed.
Yeah,
Entailed.
yeah. I'm not sure, but I hope you're right. Okay, yeah, entailed. Okay, so it's not that always what I why did I do this? So
uh,
do, the variant with do will almost always end with st. Now, but this is not do, right? This is third party, so it should be something. Email is the email, so it should be z. So you have
uh,
to use entailed. So the email entailed. How do you say? Yeah, important information.
Wichtiger. Wichtig. Important is Wichtig, right?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Information is abgeben.
No, no, it's a noun, right? What is information in German?
The info.
Or the actual word is information, but of course, you're right. The info is also not. I mean, it's accurate. So the information. It's the same word, but you say it like this: the information. Okay. Now, again, adjective ending rule. Use the logic that I gave you. So here there is no article. Okay, so you have to remember the last table that we discussed, right? How do you now just check? So as long so masculine, nominative, accusative, dative, you just have to think if there was an article, what would have been the article. So you know what I'm saying, guys?
Die wichtigsten Informationen.
One more time.
Die wichtigsten Informationen.
Wichtigte, no, that's not correct. So the wichtig is the wichtig information. Now you have this one is in which case? Accusative, dative, nominative.
Accusative.
Okay, so the email, oh boy, why am I writing in French? The email and hailed, which let's now we have to figure out this adjective ending, right? What this is going to be over here. Now, as Chandu rightly pointed out, this is accusative. Okay, so this wichtige Information, this information is an accusative case. Now, if I was using an article, the article would have been, what would have been the article?
The.
The. Now I'm not using the article, but I still want the ending of the article. So I will take the ending of the article and I will
Mm.
add it to the adjective. Clear?
Die wichtige.
Yeah. But let's say I'm saying information in plural. Don't ask me why. Let's say. What will be the adjective ending?
Still a.
Still a, right? Because it's still the, right? Okay. So now, how do you say? So this red, I hope it's obvious, right? So it's not read, it's red. People complain about English, check German, English, right? Sorry, people complain about German, check English, right? So I know, I read, I read. So don't complain about German, please. English is tougher than German. So this read, so you have to give me the past tense of read in German. So what is the first of all, give me the present. What is the verb to say read in German?
Lesen.
Yeah, past participle zwei.
Gelesen.
Now you have to use the adjective ending, please. So here it is feminine, then your life is
Nominative.
easier. But as long as it's feminine and it is not dative, accusative, nominative, it's a, right?
Yes. Die
Yes,
gelesene E-Mail enthält wichtige Informationen.
perfect. Again, I don't imagine that you will have to say this somewhere, but practice is important. Okay, this one. I have purposefully chosen a little bit difficult examples, but I want you to be bothered so that when you have in exams, when you have easy examples, you can go for them. So again, the adjective ending will not be difficult, right? What is presentation in German?
Präsentation.
And it is the, of course.
For truck.
You can say Vortrag, but here I actually mean, presentation like a PowerPoint slide. Vortrag will
Okay,
mean something.
okay, okay.
Vortrag is not wrong, but let's say if you go for Vortrag, then it gets a little bit difficult. Not difficult, but you have the adjective ending. You'll have to think. If you go for Vortrag, Vortrag is there, the das.
D.
What is Vertrag? What is Vertrag,
Contract.
right? And is it there, the das?
Der.
Then why do you think Vortrag is the? Vortrag also will be there, right? Because the ending is still the same.
Okay.
Right? So their Vertrag. And their Vertrag will be in which case? Nominative, accusative, dative, genitive.
In this case, nominative.
Yeah, subject is almost always nominative. Now you have to use nominative. If you are going with presentation, right? Presentation was feminine. Then the adjective ending would have been
A.
a. But now you are going with Vortrag. Vortrag is masculine. What is the
Masculine.
adjective ending?
A.
Also a, right? Because the sound of there is always there. But if I was saying a published presentation, now I'm saying a, what would be the adjective ending?
R.
Air, because now the sound of air is not there. Now please tell me, you gave all the answers. How do you say to publish? I publish this. You need this verb. If you don't know this, you should feel a little bit sad. How do you say publish? To publish. I published the advertisement. Okay, it's veröffentlichen. Okay, it's mouthful, but you know to know this. How do you say is on the company website? How do you say website? How do you say website, guys? You should know this. This is
Web.
yeah,
Website is website.
but the pronunciation is
This is.
Webseite.
Webseite. Okay, not it's z. Z, that his z Webseite. There the das
This is the
the, right. What is Seite, guys, on its own? Like Seite,
Page.
page,
page.
right? The, for example, the Seite. So company website. There is,
Firma.
and again, I can't teach this, but some words, so you can compound in here. You'll have to say Firmen website. Okay, Firmen website.
Mhm.
So and now, so yeah, use the correct preposition and just think whether after the preposition, whether it is accusative, dative, accusative or dative. So how do you say this, guys? It's easier, you know how to say on my desk, then you should be able to say on the company website.
Of their Firmen website.
Yeah, website.
Website.
Yes. How do you say? So published, I told you, veröffentlicht. Okay, I think I can give you the answer. No need in asking. So die veröffentlichte Präsentation steht auf der Firma. I did not use ist, I used steht. No, I hope you know this, right? Stehen, right? Stehen to, stehen literally means to stand, but don't translate everything. Okay, this one. Tell me, how do you say the agenda is on the table?
I don't know the word for agenda.
It's the same word.
Schema.
Say it like a German.
Okay. Agenda.
Yeah. Does someone know whether it is there, the, or das? Okay, if you should know this, if you are working in Germany, I don't know, for example, every email that I send, every invitation has an agenda. If I receive an email without an agenda, I don't accept the invitation. This is the rule that I have. So you should know how to say agenda. You,
Das, das agenda.
I will not fight with you over here, but I think agenda is the. You can check in Leo. I'm not sure, but so far I have been using agenda as, again. You don't need. I mean, in meetings, I don't really know. I don't say the agenda. I just say agenda. I think it is the, but maybe you can check.
Yeah, you are right. It's the agenda.
Okay, it's the. How do you say to discuss?
Diskutieren.
Diskutieren. Yes. Okay, but let's say we are another word for discuss.
Gespräch.
Very
No.
one more time.
I mean, I know Gespräch, but I don't know if
Oh, okay,
Besprechen.
besprechen, right? What is participle zwei of besprechen?
Besprochen.
Besprochen. So just use that and use the correct adjective ending, please. The blah blah agenda. Sorry, the blah blah agenda.
Die besprochene Agenda.
Yes. Now say for the meeting. Just use the pronoun preposition for and after for, whether it is accusative, dative. You should, if you don't know this, you should be sad.
Accusative.
Accusative. Just tell me and just use the meeting as it is. Meeting. Meeting is there, Didas. You can use.
There.
No, as per my knowledge, it is thus meeting. Okay, but you
Okay.
can you can go for Besprechung. Besprechung is the Besprechung. Okay, so please tell me, how do you say the discussed agenda for blah blah Besprechung?
Die besprochene Agenda für das Meeting.
Yeah, right. Or you can just say Fuse meeting. You can combine Fure and thus Fuse meeting and is on the is on the table. How do you say? I think you know how to say on the table. Please tell me.
Liegt auf dem Tisch.
Yeah, how do you say conference table? You just have to. How do you say conference?
Conference.
Not confe. A.
Conference.
Conference dish.
Conference Tisch.
Okay. Again, what I don't think you will say any of these things. Like right now, we all work from home, and you don't. I never have to say this. What I'm trying to say is that one thing that should happen is that you learn that, again. There's nothing new, right? If you know, there is nothing new that you are learning. You're learning that you can use, past tense. You can use past tense of verbs as adjectives, and you should already know that the adjective and what the adjective endings are. There is nothing that you are learning. What exercise, we can, there are many exercises we can do. What you should do as homework, you should try to think of things that you can imagine saying things, and just learn how to say them in German. Okay, that is the idea. Just take a piece of paper and do it for the next 7 days or 14 days. Every day just think about your day and think, okay, was there something I said, or just write everything that you say, say in a day, do it for a month, and then try to write all of that in German and see how far you can go. Okay, to test your German, because before you speak you have to write. This one.
Send up.
Die Geschichte.
Yeah. Entire answer, please. It need not be
Das,
correct.
das geschickte Dokument hat schon der Kunden erreicht.
Okay. That what you said is correct, but I will. I mean, I for some reason I wanted to say it like this: is bereits beim Kunde angekommen. It's by etwas dativ. Ignore this. Okay. Yeah. But what you said is also right. Okay. Ist bereits beim Kunde angekommen. It's something like it's a different way of saying this. But what you said is also right. Okay. I and I said gesendete. You can also with geschickte. There is no difference. I mean, both are correct. This one.
Processed.
Okay, I never imagined saying process doc. I don't even know why I wrote this example, but let's skip this one. Okay, let's skip this one. This one. Next, let's go for this one. Something took a lot of time. How do you say task? Come on. We discussed about, you know,
Aufgabe,
okay. Always give a noun with the correct article.
Die auf
die Aufgabe,
The Aufgabe. How do you took, blah, blah. How do you say took?
genommen,
genommen.
No, but here, no, no, be careful. Here, took is a verb. It's not an adjective. So you have to say, the blah blah hat genommen, right? So the
Mhm.
Aufgabe hat
okay,
a lot of time genommen. Is it clear what I'm saying, guys?
Yes.
uh,
Okay. How do you say a lot of time?
viel
Viel
Zeit,
Zeit.
Inside. How do you say completed? So complete participes y of complete.
fertig,
Fertig machen.
Fertig
Or
machen is the verb. What is the participes y of fertig machen?
fertig gemacht.
And use the, yeah, I think it's feminine, so fertig gemachte. But there is another verb to complete. Have you ever said done? Like, your boss wrote you on Teams.
Tun. Getan.
Yeah, getan, but I don't think you will need. Does someone know the verb erledigen?
Ja.
Yeah, right? Erledigt. You can
yes,
also say erledigt. Done, 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 done. Erledigt, erledigt, erledigt. Okay. So I gave you the, so, or you can go with abgeschlossen. Abgeschlossen Aufgabe hat, again, feel sight in, ignore this. This is a phrase. I don't need to just, what you said is also right. The abgeschlossen, the fertig gemacht, again, fertig gemacht, I don't think it's correct. It's correct, but it's just not, I mean, that's not how normal people speak, in this context. So erledigte will be correct. Abgeschlossene will be also appropriate. Heart, feel, sight, genommen. In Anspruch, ignore. You can, search later what this means. This one.
Der, äh, der gedruckte Bericht ist in der meeting corner.
Just tell me, okay, I don't think this is a stupid statement. I don't think you will ever say this, why is something in the meeting corner? Just say how do you say corner? Okay, you can say this,
Ecke.
yeah. Ek-
Eck.
of course,
Mm,
please, correct article.
I don't know. It's maybe the Ecke.
Okay, you should know this. If you don't know it, that means you did not. Okay, you're not there in A1, but this was part of A1 that that you should make a. If I come to your house right now, and I will give you $100 million. Okay, if you can, if I and but that I will give you that. I mean, of course, I don't have that money. Let's go with €10. Okay, I have €10. Okay, I will give you €10, but the task is that I will point at any random object in your house, and you have to tell me what the German word is, and you have to give me the correct article. Now, this exercise was, of course, you don't need to know every object in your house. But once you do this exercise, your brain knows, the momentum is there. So now anything that is important to you, corner is a very important part of our life, like corner of a room,
Mhm.
corner of our heart, blah 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 blah. So then your brain should be forced to learn, what is corner in German. Okay, so you can do this. Imagine me coming to your house and I will give you 10 euros if I point at every random object in your house, and you have to give me the German word for it, and you will get 10 euros, and then you will buy me pizza from that 10 euros. So I think the gedruckte Bericht liegt in der Besprechungsecke. Okay,
That is
that is enough. So we did this part as well as als Partizip II, als Adjektiv. Yeah. Now, there is nothing to learn, guys, So, I mean, there is something to learn, but nothing new. You already know it. So, but let me go back. So I say that, the first thing is that you should be able to say something. Okay. Then you should try to correct something. So, what do I mean? When I was teaching you adjectives, I said use the adjective, and then doesn't matter what kind of, if you are using the correct ending or not, it doesn't matter. First use it, and then you try to correct yourself. Now here, the first step is that try using participes y as adjective. Don't worry about the endings. Okay, tomorrow in any meeting try to use these things, with talking to your boss, colleague. Okay, not with clients, may get risky, but use this. Okay, and then maybe next time focus on the endings as well, do it in steps. Again, exam, then try to be correct in one go. But yeah, in real life I think people are much more nicer. Let's start with participes y. What is this? It's the same one. Yeah, let's do this exercise, right? So uh, can you read this for me, Manoranjan?
Die erhaltene,
Open your mouth, please. Ha, erhaltene.
die erhaltene Genehmigung ermöglicht uns, weiter zu arbeiten.
Now, this sentence I have said, I know, but I did not say uns. I said, die erhaltene Genehmigung ermöglicht mich weiterzuarbeiten. I was working on a project, and there were too many restrictions, and, like permissions. If you work in cloud, this you will fear, I work in, so, the client does not, give you all the permissions, and then you cannot access this or that. And I actually said this to my boss, now I can work. So I said, die erhaltene Genehmigung ermöglicht mich weiterzuarbeiten. Now here, this is B1, so here you are using participes y as an adjective. Then you are using uns, this is like a pronoun as an object. So uns. Then you are using zu, weiterarbeiten, weiter zu arbeiten. We are using zu. Okay, allows us to continue working. So the second after, this Nebensatz, subordinate clause, does not have a subject, but the subject is this one itself, the erhaltene Genehmigung. This one. Okay.
zustimmen.
Mm, but you have to use agreed upon participes. So again, it's a little bit tricky, but it's vereinbarte. It's not tricky, but if you know, vereinbarte. So agreed upon does not literally mean vereinbarte. It can mean like, zugestimmt or something else. But vereinbarte Besprechung findet morgen statt. Stattfinden.
Mhm.
This one. Okay, if you don't know how to say note, it should not be good. You should know how to say note. Can you make a note? If you're in a meeting, you start taking notes, right?
Mhm.
Notieren,
Yes, but as a noun, what is
Notice.
notiz? Ts.
Notice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there thus. Okay, if you have to take a guess, what it will be. Now,
They're
die
notice.
I think it is the. Okay, forget about it. How do you say written past tense? Participes y.
Geschrieben.
Okay, so I think it is the. Just check. I'm pretty sure it is the verfasste. Okay, now I have written verfasste instead of geschrieben. So what verfasste? It means, verfassen is a one step ahead of written. So it's Yeah, difficult to
Fine.
explain, but easy to understand. Just uh, just check in Leo. I think you will know what the difference is. Yeah, this one.
To draft something. Okay.
No, no, no. The sent proposal.
No, I just checked the fair fast.
Okay, there's a difference, right, between drafting and writing, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's skip this, guys. Well, I mean, I think you understand, right? So let's skip this. Let's go to the next topic. Using adjectives as nouns. Okay, substantive actually, I mean, it means nouns. Okay, just accept it, nouns. Okay, so now you are using adjectives as nouns. For example, someone left the call. So now you have, how do you say this? I can say the strong ones are often promoted to team leaders. Again, it's just not reality, it's a random example. So,
Rohit, one small question.
yeah.
It's very trivial, but I just would like to know. So, you on purpose meant adjective with E, or it's a typo in the.
No, this is adjective. So this is plural.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one was participes y. This is participes y as adjective. This literally in a translation will be like adjectives as
As noun,
this is plural.
nouns. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adjective. So how do you say the strong ones? How do you say strong, guys?
Stark.
Stark. Now think stark is a noun. Okay, let's go with the strong is an adjective, and I tell you there is, so once is plural, right? And if I say the strong, let's say instead of once, I go with mm, woman. Okay, the strong woman are often promoted to team leaders. Okay, what will be the adjective ending of here? Stark.
You mean plural women?
Yeah.
N.
N. Now, whether it is a woman or anything, as long as it is plural, the adjective ending is N. That's all you have to know. Okay. And what do I
Mm.
mean by that? Just this. So, die starken werden oft zu Teamleitern befördert. So, what I'm saying is that don't use the noun, just use the adjective, and the adjective ending will be just like that if there was a noun over here. Okay.
Mm.
Little bit difficult to digest. Let's go for one more example. The creative bring, you also, how do again, now you are getting, you're approaching B2 level, right? So you will be speaking, you will be skipping parts here and there. So you have to learn, how do you say, communicate yourself in German without providing all the information, right? The creative bring fresh ideas to the project, you know. So you don't have to say the creative people, woman, it should be obvious what you mean. Okay. So how do I
Mm.
say the creative? Okay, tell me, how do I say the creative people bring fresh ideas? Should be. How do you say the creative people bring tomato from Kaufland? How do you say blah blah bring tomato?
Mm. Clear. Clear.
First, tell me, how do you say bring?
Bring in.
Okay, I will give you a hint. Creative in German, it's almost the same. There is a spelling change, but
Creative.
creative,
Creative.
right? So the now what will be the adjective ending? If I know that you mean people,
The
Loiter.
creative. Creative.
plural, right? Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So kreativen. Okay, so just don't say, die Kreativen bringen frische Ideen in das neues Projekt ein. I think I have examples only for plural, so I think you'll. But it's a good exercise. So the efficient complete tasks faster and more accurately. Again, how do you say efficient in German? Almost the same, but you have to one spelling change.
Efficiency.
No, no, efficient. Tse,
Efficient.
said. Okay, now what will just tell me?
The efficient.
How do you say
Mm.
complete?
Erledigen.
Yeah,
Aufgabe schneller und accurately. I don't know accurately.
no problem.
Genauer.
Okay. But what you have to learn is that you are not using the noun. You are so I think it's obvious, right? Okay. This is important for the exam. Again, I don't remember how they. I mean, as I said, my last memory of an exam was 2018. So just check. If it is. It's part of the. Like it's part of the Gyote book, I believe. But I'm not sure if they're still asking these questions. The diligent ones are appreciated for their hard work. The diligent are appreciated for their hard work. Okay, I think it's too. I mean, fleißig actually means hard working, but again, you can use one adjective to say many things, right? Again, if it was so the fleißigen, right? If I was saying the diligent is appreciated for the, and I am saying is, and when I say diligent, I mean a man. It is clear between us. Now this conversation. When I say die fleißigen werden für harte Arbeit geschätzt, I understand that my audience knows what we are talking about. Okay, this is a part of a convert. This is not like a statement in like in an empty room. There is already conversation going on, and then you throw this sentence out. And now, if I'm saying the diligent is appreciated for their hard work, I mean a man. What will the sentence sound like?
Der fleißige Mann wird
No, no. There
für
is
seine
noun is not there. Noun is not there. S- The diligent. Okay, so I'm saying the diligent one is appreciated for his hard work. So the diligent in brackets one is appreciated for his hard work.
okay. So it will be still the fleißigen.
No, it will be there first of all because I mean
That's what I said, right?
but you also said there fleißiger man is not there. There is no noun.
Okay, so it will be just der fleißige wird
Yeah. Yeah, correct.
für seine harte Arbeit geschätzt.
Yeah, this one.
Mhm.
Come on, how do you say flexible?
Flexibel.
Yeah.
Die flexiblen
Okay.
passen schnell an.
uh, Remember this, okay? This is of course German language. I mean, to me it is the most. I mean, I don't know many languages, but I know German, little bit of Spanish, little bit of German. I know. I mean, like so what here there is exceptions, right? So flexible, this is the actual verb adjective, but here when you here you have to do this small spelling change where know I hope you know what I mean, right? So flexible, adjective ending is en. You remove the e from here. Okay, small change. I hope you know what I'm saying. All right, this one. Now, give me for give me the entire sentence. I think the adjective ending is obvious. It is going to be n because it is plural. But give me the entire sentence, please.
Die motivierten oft.
No, no. After subject, it is always noun. Don't add adjective before. So adjective. Okay, you can say oft, but I will put it after the verb.
Okay. Um,
Okay, give the answer that you were giving. How do you say achieve?
I cannot say achieve, but I can say something like reach their goals, maybe erration.
Yeah, I think that was also the verb I was going for. Yeah.
Okay. Aeration. See.
Okay, just tell
Mm-hmm.
me how do you say goals? If you
Sila.
join, yeah, their goals,
Ira. Sila.
correct. In professional Manoranjan, do you know what it is in German?
No.
It's the same, just say it like a German.
Professional.
But just make one change. Instead of R, it is L.
Okay.
Professional.
Okay. Professional.
You can also go for beruflich, that's not wrong, but
Mhm.
yeah. This sentence, again, I don't need to say everything, you can say often take on roles. How do you say take on something? Take on this task. You will, if you're working, I believe we discussed the scrum, right? So in daily meeting, someone says, I cannot do this, I have something to do, can you please take over this task? How will you say, can you please take over this task? Or I will take over this task, or I take over your task. How do you say this?
Übernehmen.
Yes, now please give me the sentence.
Mm. Communicative is communicative.
Yeah.
The communicative
No,
one,
but just say it, it's not no, it is communicate. Yeah, okay, no problem, go ahead. Yeah.
the communicative one, nehmen oft
I
roles.
don't think Yuba is Strenbara. Yuba is kind of like, mixed, so I don't think it is Strenbar.
Okay, then Übernehmen,
Yeah, how do you say role?
Spiel.
Nah. Okay, yes,
Okay.
but role, take on this role. If you join the job, what will be my role?
Stelle.
Yeah. So customer service, Kundenbetreuung. Okay. What does betreuen mean as a verb? Betreuen, if you did masters or thesis, then you had a,
Supervision.
right? So your supervisor was there and he supervised, betreuen, Kundenbetreuung. This one, I think it's obvious. Just think you are a German and tell me how do you say, read innovative like a German.
Innovative. No,
Yeah. Not
innovative.
far, it's still innovative.
Innovative.
Yeah, sentence please.
The Innovativen. Nein, Innovativen sind
No, no, not
Menschen.
Zen, not Zen here. The main verb is thinking.
Denken immer über neue Lösungen.
Denken über neue Lösungen or denken an. Okay.
Okay, denken an.
But here I went with Nachdenken because Nachdenken is much more appropriate in this. You are like Nachdenken is like one stage up. You can check in Leo. So thinking is like a random thought. Nachdenken is like you put some effort into it. You know,
To think about.
yeah. This one, uh, yeah. I think we are done, guys. I think you understand the topic. So there is no point. Yes. Same request as usual. I hope you don't